Okay, so Michael just got in Monday. He's gonna tell me about his weekend. He's noticing some discomfort. So, yeah, what happened?
So we were training for cross country on Saturday. We were doing a run outdoors, like on the sidewalk in the street, and I fell into like a hole on the sidewalk, and I ended up rolling over my ankle, and I've been in a little bit of pain ever since the weekend.
So, when you said you stepped on a hole, can you describe that more? What happened there?
I didn't see it in the ground, like kind of the sidewalk was opened up a little bit, and I just stepped into it and I rolled over my ankle. I didn't fall, but I definitely felt like I stressed my ankle because it got caught in the hole and the body kept going.
And when this happened, did you hear any unusual sounds?
No.
No? Any numbness, tingling, burning pain along your injured site?
No, it just hurts, just achy, and I can't put much weight on it.
Can you point to where it hurts you the most?
Yeah, it hurts the most right here.
Okay. And what level is your pain out of 10, would you say? Would you say 0 being relaxed at the beach, 10 being the worst pain of your life?
Like I can feel it all the time. It's probably like a 2 if I'm sitting here right now, but if I try to start putting weight on it, it goes up to like a 4.
Okay. And any previous history of injury to that leg?
No.
No? Any injury to your other leg?
No.
It's fine?
Yeah.
Okay, so observation of noticing some swelling, discoloration on the lateral side of the ankle and going up the distal tibia. So also when Michael came in, he was walking with the abnormal gait, sort of walking on his heel a little bit. So moving on to the palpation on the non-injured leg, we will start down tibia, get the talus. I'm going to check the lateral malleus, go down the metatarsals, distal phalanges, proximal phalanges. See if we can palpate the anterior talofibular ligament, calcaneofibular ligament, posterior talofibular ligament, down to the deltoid ligaments on the medial side. Go down the medial longitudinal arch, lateral longitudinal arch. Okay, going on to his site of pain. We're gonna start on the tibia.
Oh, like right there.
So noticing pain on the distal tibia, near the tibiofibular ligaments. Some swelling on the lateral side near the sinus talus. Touching the deltoid ligaments.
No, it's not there.
Going to the anterior talofibular ligaments. Calcaneo.
Yeah, it's not so much there. It's up higher.
Posterior talofibular ligaments. Okay. So now coming to your other leg here, I want you to pull your toes to your face. There goes. All right. Any pain there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Toes down. Push down. Up. Okay. Moving here. Toes up. Toes down. Okay. Here. Okay. Can you point your toes out this way? Toes outside. Okay, toes out to my hand. Toes out this way. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna. Okay, so go ahead and lift your toe up here. Okay, now don't let me push you down. Okay, toes down. Let me push you up. There it goes. Okay, toes up. Okay, don't let me push you down. Toes down. Push up. Toes. Okay. So moving on to our special test. I'm gonna ask you to slide back a little bit. We're gonna first start on the non-injured side. We're gonna do a percussion test here, tapping on the medial malleolus, lateral malleolus. We're gonna do some little POTS test here. Okay, nothing there. Looking on this foot, we're gonna do another percussion test. Oh, no sign there. Tapping. Okay, we come down here. So we might get some discomfort here if it is a tibiofibular ligament. Also, if it's could be a hairline fracture, but we rule that out with our percussion test. So more likely we have some discomfort in the distal tibiofibular ligament. So now on the non-injured leg, we're gonna ask you to sit up here. Okay, we're gonna do an anterior drawer test here. Okay, we're gonna do the Taylor tilt, lateral, medial, and we're gonna ask you to slide back some, sorry, right here. Do a Kleiber test, no pain there. We're gonna come down here to the injured foot. We're gonna go anterior drawer test. Taylor tilt. We're gonna do a Kleiber test. So we got some discomfort there. So maybe do some Tinel's testing here as well. So judging by the responses, we did get a positive with the Kleiber test, also with the syndesmosis test. So we have a high ankle sprain, got damage to the distal tibiofibular joint. It's found between the distal tibia and fibia. So we did get another positive with the anterior drawer test. So there might be some damage to the lateral side. So it might be a lateral sprain as well. It's not. Yeah, it happens often with high ankle sprains. So for management, we're gonna say rest, ice, compression, elevation to start, and then if needed, depending on the severity, guessing we can also get him. We can also immobilize him as well with non-weight bearing cast, brace, boot if needed. But in time, we should start working him back, doing some strength exercises, starting to get him back to his meat. So that is it. So it is a syndesmotic sprain. So you got a high ankle sprain, also with a lateral sprain as well.
Dang, man.
So when can I get better?